Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Maureen and today I'm going to be talking about my birth story. So 4 weeks ago I gave birth to my baby boy named Myles, and he's my firstborn, and ever since then I've just been so in love with him. Now if you're a pregnant mom, this video is especially for you, and at the end of the video I will be sharing one great important tip that really helped me. So please do watch this video all the way to the end. After going through the contractions and 7 in the morning, what is it? We're going to the hospital now. It's like 1 something because the pain is unbearable right now. I really do hope he's coming soon. But I've done the best I can to stay at home. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in now. Oh gosh, a lot of pain. We're gonna drive there. Hopefully I can bring this boy home on Saturday. Well, today's Saturday because it's midnight. Or on Sunday, the latest. But I don't know if they're gonna send me back home or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm wearing my dress and this bathrobe. I know it's cold outside, so I'm gonna look for a tracksuit. Now, my contractions started on Friday. Friday morning, I woke up like any other day thinking everything was going to be fine. And that's when my contractions started. So I stayed at home the whole day. And we went to the hospital in the early hours of the morning on Saturday. When I went there, I spoke to a nurse and she was like, let me check you to see how far you've dilated. Now for them to check you, oh my God, she has to put her fingers up in there to see how far you've dilated. And honestly, that was so uncomfortable. So she checked me and she was like, listen, you are only 1 centimeter dilated. Now, if you don't know what it means, what does dilated means, it means how far your cervix has opened up so that the baby can come out. So there I was. And she was like, you know, because you're in so much pain, why stay the night. So she offered me and my husband a suite. We stayed the night. In the morning, later on that day, on the Saturday, my husband went home and I was in the hospital, and then I got moved to a different ward. While I was in the ward, this nurse came up to me and she said, listen, this might not be a big tip, but when the contractions come, remember to relax your shoulders and breathe. It may not seem like something that's important, but trust me, it really does work. And I was like, you know what? Thank you so much for your tip. I took it on with me. And there I was breathing through it, breathing through the pain. Guys, it was painful breathing through the contractions. It's like an intensified period pain. It was quite painful. And while I was there, another nurse came. She could see I was in so much pain. She was like, listen, why don't you go walk around the hospital so that, you know, you can get things moving along. So I called my husband. He came to the hospital and we were walking around, and every minute or so my contractions were coming. I was stopping. I was breathing through it. People were staring at me at the hospital. And I remember just feeling so in control, just feeling so, I can do this. Come on. And I was in so much pain. Listen, I wanted to scream. I was like, Merlin, if you scream, you're going to lose your power. You have to be in control. And I just kept on breathing through it. And I was like, I've got this. I've got this. Later on that day, my husband went home. So that's the Saturday. And I remember going back to my ward, and the contractions were coming quite often. And then I spoke to one of the nurses. I'm like, could you please check to see how far I have dilated? And she's like, sure. She checked me and she was like, Maureen, you are 4 centimeters dilated. I was so happy, so happy, because I was finally in active labor, because from Friday I have been like breathing and going through the contractions the whole day on Friday and Saturday. So she was like, you know, call your husband, tell him to come to the hospital. And in the meantime, she also asked me, what painkillers would you like? Would you like an epidural? Would you like gas and air? And I was like, I will go gas and air for now, but if the pain gets too much for me, I would want an epidural. And she was like, you know what? Let me speak to a consultant and I'll come back to you. And then she went to the consultant. She was like, the patient, she's a first time mom. She's 24 years old. This is her first baby. Her pregnancy has been low risk throughout. And then she came back. She was like, the consultant advised that I should get gas and air first. And I was like, what, let's do the gas and air, because initially I didn't want an epidural anyways. So she took me to the birthing center. I was on my way to the birthing center. I went there, met my midwife, and she had to support another birth while I was going through it. And I remember just being in the room. My husband is not here yet. My midwife is not in the room. And I remember calling my husband, and I was like, wait, if you don't get here right now, you're not going to see your baby being born. Get here now. But the thing is, I was on the gas and air, and I was so high. And she was like, Merlin, are you high? He was like, Merlin, are you high? I was like, get here now. And there I was, breathing through it. I even recorded a video as well. I was breathing through it, going through it, and then my husband came and my midwife came in and she checked me and she was like, Maureen, you are 7 centimeters gone. Let's make our way to the pool. Because the contractions, I remember saying to them, thou shalt not take this gas and air from my hand. Oh my God, wow. The pain intensified. And then so we made our way to the birthing center, to the water birth, and I'm so happy the pool was available. We made our way in there. I got in the pool. I was on all fours, and then I was pushing, and it was so painful. And I was like, where's my gas and air? Where's my gas and air? And she was like, Marilyn, there is no gas and air here. Listen, it's time for you to push. I was like, what? I have to do this natural? So there I was pushing. But you know what? Before giving birth, I remember being on the phone to a family member of mine. And I was like, and she was like, listen, she's a mom. She's like, listen, Marilyn, she said this in Creole, so I'm going to do the same because it held more impact. She's like, when temp for can for way there for push, make sure system you push that picking out. No waste time, okay? Push that picking out. No go do lazy business. So basically she said, when it's time for me to push the baby out, don't be lazy. Push the baby out. Don't take your time cruising, enjoying, living your life. Make sure you go there to get the job done. So I remember just being on all fours and I was like, I can't be lazy. I can't be lazy. I've got to push this baby out. And honestly, within an hour, all that hour was for me to deliver my baby boy. Within an hour, his head came out and all I could feel, the next thing I could feel was this 2 shoulders come out of me like, I was like, oh my God. And there he was. The midwife, my amazing midwife, Jeanette, took my baby from the pool and she placed him on my chest. And wow, I just remembered just sitting in there. I'm like, wow, I did it. And my husband took out his phone and he was like, anything you want to say? Because everything was moving so fast and I was in this euphoria mode. And he opened his camera and he was recording and he was like, anything you want to say? And I was like, he's mine.
I just need to change my gloves and then we'll get you to cut the cord, okay?
Yeah, sure. I'm filming that. Any words?
He's mine.
Thank you so much.
He's my baby. And I felt so emotional. I didn't even know what to say. And yeah, and I remember we went off back to my suite, and on that day it was a Sunday, and later on in the afternoon I remember just looking outside the window and being in the middle of central London, holding my baby in my arms and staring outside. It was a sunny day, and on that day my baby was born on a Mother's Day. And I remember just thinking, wow, I'm a mom. I've always wanted this. And here I am holding my own baby in my arms. And it was the most special thing to me ever. And another thing I remembered also, I remember during the time of me pushing my baby out, I remember locking eyes with my husband, Kyle, and I was like, I don't think I can do it. it's so painful. I don't think I can do this. And he looked at me and said, you can. You can do this, Marilyn. And I remember throughout the process how encouraging he was, how loving, how empathetic. And on his face, it was like, if I can take this pain away from you, I would so do it. And he was just there with my arms and just encouraging me and just pushing me. And honestly, although I was the one that delivered my baby, my husband being there with his support, with his love, and my midwife being there with her encouragement, and my cousin's voice in my head telling me to not be lazy, telling me to go forward, I did it. And giving birth, it does take a village. The support system that you do have next to you is so, so important. And while I was in the ward, later on when I had given birth to our son, we took a picture together and we were just smiling. And I was like, wow, we are a family of 3 where there's so much love, so much support. And it was the most beautiful day for me. It was one of the biggest achievements me and Kyla have ever done. And it really solidified us together. And it was special. Another highlight moment I remembered was when the pain was so much while I was pushing. I was like to my midwife, Jeanette, I want the epidural. Give me the epidural now. And she was like, Marilyn, listen, that is way gone along. There's only one option is for you to push this baby out. No epidural right now. And you know what? Sometimes in life, you just need one option. When you have too many options all around you, it's hard for you to make decisions. You take your time, you ponder, but sometimes you just need one decision and you just have to go with it. And for me, the only option I had was to push this baby out, and he came out well, strong, crying on my chest, and it was the most beautiful thing ever. I had so much respect for myself on that day. I was like, Marilyn, you are strong. You are strong. Now, if you've watched this video all the way to the end, a word I would give to you, especially for you mom-to-be, you're currently pregnant, you might even be afraid of giving birth, which I was, I would say to you, remember the word resilient. Be resilient in your mind. Understand that you can do this. Women have been doing this since the beginning of time, and all of us that exist in this world is because a woman gave birth to us. So therefore you can do it. Don't be afraid. And honestly, when people ask me, did you have a birth plan? I had a birth plan in place, but I wasn't attached to any outcome. Whenever someone used to ask me, what are you going to have? Are you going to have a natural delivery? Are you going to have a water birth? Are you going to do this? I said to them, whatever happens on the day, as long as I'm strong in my mind, I will be okay. Because sometimes some things you cannot predict. Some people have also asked me, what is it like having water birth? Well, for me, when you are in labor and it's time for you to push, I don't think you're worried so much about everything around you. But I have to say it helped. Being in water definitely helped. Being in a position where I could be on my all fours in terms of gravity for the baby to come down, that also helped. The water kind of created like a distraction. I wouldn't give birth on dry land. I would have to be in water. So for me, I would recommend being in water when giving birth if you do have the choice. But honestly, all in all, when it's time for you to push the baby out, when you're going through the contractions, I can assure you, you're not too worried about what's going on. So that was the end of my positive birth story. Like I said, I didn't say my easy birth story, my simple birth story. I didn't say that. I said my positive birth story. And I said that because giving birth is not easy. It is painful. I'm not going to lie to you. However, it helps being in control of your mind. You can control your mind, you can control your environment to a certain extent. You can control the thoughts that you have. You can control the confidence and that belief in yourself that you can do it. All of those things helped. My baby came out and was healthy and was strong. I was healthy, I was strong. So all those things for me are quite positive. And for me, like I said, be resilient. You can do this, mom. Believe in yourself and all will be well. So that is the end of my video. Please do like and subscribe if you like this video. Share it with a friend, especially a mom that's pregnant. Let's uplift all the pregnant women around us. Right now, everyone is giving birth during this COVID time. So I'm hoping this video will be quite helpful to you guys. Anyways, thank you so much for listening and watching my video. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.
I'll relax you. Actually, can you change you? I'm tired.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
He's so tired, aren't you?
These lot just came back from walking around. And your man is sleeping. Kisses.